As Nigeria becomes more and more attractive, it's becoming inevitable for the legal profession and its regulators to open up to ideas of how they can facilitate meaningful, reasonable interactions with foreign law firms who want to practice in the country. This was the thrust of the keynote speech on adapting to global shifts in legal practice delivered by Mr. Segun Oshutokun, a partner at one of the foremost global law firms in the UK, during the opening ceremony of the 2024 Annual Law Week of the Lagos branch of the Nigerian Bar Association.
I have to say, as a global law firm, we have benefited from the talent in Nigeria. And I say that proudly, but also with a bit of sympathy, that the war for talent is really hot. It is leading to some significant movements in the market. It is leading to markets like Nigeria being the target of international law firms. And within the international legal market itself, salaries at the moment are going absolutely crazy for newly qualified, with some US law firms offering up to £180,000 for a newly qualified lawyer. That is just a symptom of the volatility and complexity we face. Law firms are trying to drive a wedge between themselves and others by looking for the best talent wherever they are. That does present a challenge for UK and Nigeria. I have been at the forefront of moves in England, and I know George will be very familiar with the work that the BNLF, the British Nigeria Law Forum, did and is doing for many years to find a way of encouraging professionals, Nigerian professionals in England, to be able to practice here with some recognition of the experience they have in the UK. However, I think it's wider than that, and I think it's a question of the Nigerian legal profession and its regulators opening up to ideas as to how they can facilitate meaningful, reasonable interaction with foreign law firms who want to practice or want to have a base in Nigeria. Yes, you can have alliances. Yes, you can have the co-branding you see with at least 2 international law firms here. But I would urge the NBA to look at models in India and the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, which in the last year have taken steps to open up their legal services to foreign law firms. In the case of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, you can now set up a firm in collaboration with Saudi citizens who will have a significant share in that business. There is a limit on the amount of fees you can take out of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and there is a requirement for you to transfer skills. In the case of India, which is one of the most closed markets in the world to legal services, in the last year, they have also made rules to facilitate foreign law firms entering into the jurisdiction but practicing in limited areas. So, for instance, practicing JV, mergers and acquisition, international arbitration, and a few other limited areas. So I'm throwing out those examples really as not that they need to be followed exactly, but to enable practitioners in Nigeria to face up to the challenges and the opportunities which this increasingly volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous world is presenting.